All right, guys. Ah, man, you may not be able to see me, can you? If I tilt that down a little bit. All right. I am just not that tall. Ha! There you go. All right, guys. So one of the most important things here on the mountain for me is maintaining my body temperature. I really don't want to sweat a lot, and I definitely don't want to freeze. If I sweat a lot, I'm definitely going to freeze. So it's a constant battle for me of trying to be warm. I know that when I start walking up and down, I'm wearing too much right now. So I'm going to take my jacket off. I've got 2 layers on right now, including my t-shirt. And this might be enough, and we don't know. This gaiter is something my wife made. Sometimes she has them on the website. It's made out of my favorite sheep. Let me see here. I got everything off. I don't need anything else in here. Good. So we're gonna take this jacket off, and then I think we're gonna be okay for now. If it was gonna rain or snow, I would probably take an under layer off. This is waterproof and it works really well. For today's adventure, all I really need are my tools for putting on taps, fixing drops, some fittings for such, all of which fit really well in my vest. This is an Orvis vest. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not loaded. I don't go to Orvis and buy this stuff. In fact, I got this at the discount place. Orvis has a discount thing in Roanoke, and I went there and I found it and loved it. Well, I bought it, brought it here, then tried it out. I tell you, I really enjoy it. So I do love this thing. Ever since I bought it, I've been missing a clip. So I don't have that bottom clip to kind of hold it around my waist. Sometimes I wish I did, other times, not so much. I've already preloaded. My taps are right here. Let me show you what my taps look like. That's a tap right there, okay? And that's what I'm doing today. I'm changing out taps. Over here's where I'm gonna put my spent taps. I got extra taps in the back. I need a space for my radio. My radio is on. We'll turn it all the way up. That's gonna go in the back pouch. I've got a pair of gloves back there. I'm gonna put a pair of glasses back there as well. They're not going yet, but I'll get them back there. I have a little bit of music I listen to on occasion. I really like listening to sermons. So Doug Wilson, R.C. Sproul, Vody Bokum, Paul Washer. That man's good. He really is good. These guys fill my soul. They really do. Let me say it a different way. They feel. I got something stuck in my eye. These guys really put my heart in the right place, or help me get my heart in the right place, because we all know the heart's deceitful. And I listen to sermons just about every single day, and then I take a break from that. I listen to a sermon, then I'll put on some music, and this time of the year, I'm gonna listen to some Christmas music. Other times of the year, I like 50s. I don't know what you guys listen to. Put it in the comments below. What do you like to listen to when you're working? You know, I get into the zone. I love the sound of the 50s. I grew up with my father fixing a 57 Chevy, and every Saturday morning we were at the shop working on that car, and that's all we listened to. It was really cool. So I listened to that, and that kind of makes my day go by a little bit quicker. I can tell you that in this area, it's not quick, because I'm telling you guys, it's hard to show it to you. Like, I'm almost level, but if I were to show you what we're on, it's almost vertical. In some sections, it actually is vertical. So let's get going. Let me get my tools out here. Let me get my stuff ready. I got to get some extra line together too. Well, the tools that we're going to carry today, we have a single hand line tool, because we're going to use this for changing out taps. I just set it right there. Here's my 2-hand line tool. I've already greased it. Let me make sure we're good though. Yeah, we better check it. A little bit of grease goes a long way. Yep, that works. Yep, we're good. So we got our grease in there. Yep, good there. We put it on, send it around the back. Now the next thing we're gonna need, my fittings are in the back, but I do like to carry a couple extra fittings in my pocket so I don't have to reach around and grab anything. So let me grab a couple of those. I just saw one that I wanted. Don't see it again. There it is, it's in my hand. So we got a couple of those fittings. We're probably gonna have to make a drop or two. We did that last year. Every one of our our line's got a new drop. And I'm telling you, that took forever. All right, now the next thing we're gonna need is some tubing, okay? And our tubing is on a wire jenny. If you guys ever seen a wire jenny, they work really well at what they do. When we're doing fencing, we use these wire jennies to pull wire. In this case, I set it up to do my tubing, and it works like a champ. Now, since I'm just gonna strip it for what I need, I'm not gonna put it on the ground and start spinning this thing. It's not necessary, but I do wanna get enough off of it so that if I'm, 200 or 300 meters away from the side-by-side, I don't have to walk back here to get more to do what I need to do. So I typically will carry just about a little bit more. Here we go. Now that was gonna work. Quick cut, we're cut. I'll give you a little tidbit about that in a minute. So I like to gather both of the ends together, and I use these just real basic things. I'm gonna hook it. That's all I need to do. Now, I got a little spot over here I like to put this thing, and it's just where it goes for me. You can put it anywhere you want. A lot of times I'll stick this on my neck, just around my neck if I'm doing a certain process, and that's fine. It works. But this, for me, has been doing really well. There we go. So that's there. Your two-handed tool is gonna lay kind of on top of it. Now it's gonna keep it from hooking any trees. Next, you're gonna think I'm crazy now. Yeah, same little bungees. Since the bottom hook on my vest doesn't work, I need to strap my vest down. So if I don't strap my vest down to my pants, the vest is gonna slide backwards, and it's gonna keep going backwards, and it's just gonna be uncomfortable. I don't want that, so I'm gonna hook it on a belt loop. Actually, I'm gonna hook it on my belt. Hook it up in here. Now, there we go. So now this is more even, and it's gonna work out a little bit better for me. My tool goes back into here, and something to think about, guys. When you're out in the bush, in my case, I get out here, all the time, and I'm losing stuff. I'm sorry to say that, I do lose stuff from time to time. To prevent myself from losing a knife or my radio or anything else that I want to keep, I just take a piece of engineer tape and I tie it to my knife. And when I'm out here doing this kind of work, I'm not gonna set my knife so that it would be just sitting in my pocket like so. It's going all the way down in the pocket. Because chances of this thing pulling my knife out already happened at least once, because I'm already down one knife this year. The last thing I want to get ready is my glasses, because I'm getting old and I can't see. I can see distance and I can still see to shoot and still see to do things. But when I read or I need to look at something really, really close, then I need to get a pair of glasses. All right, now, lastly, I gotta get my phone set up with a battery. I don't know if you guys ever use these things. I do, I use them all the time. I'll put a link in the description to one. It's just a battery pack. This particular one is a 2.1 amp. It'll charge my phone for days. And that's what I need. I have a couple small ones about the size of my phone, and they don't work all that well. So that'll keep it charged. I'm all good with that. I'm gonna stick it in the back, and now we're gonna go move some trees. All right, have my gloves, got on my taps. I'm good, let's go. All right, there's two ways in which I'm gonna approach these laterals. I know that I got laterals here, the next lateral over, there might be a third lateral over there as well. And if that's the case, I'm gonna go up this one, jump over, and go down that one until I get to the point where I'm pretty sure I've already got those done. I can't see them. Hard to see down there. If they're done, which I think, yeah, they are. So we only look about 75 meters down. That lateral down there is done. But I know above here is not done. So I'm gonna complete that, go all the way down to where I'm not finished, jump over, and then do that steep section over there. Oh boy. All right, guys. So one of the things you gotta be really careful of in the woods, is the moss. It rained yesterday, so everything is still wet and everything is really slick. Before I get going, let me show you what I'm doing. This is my single hand tool. I'm just gonna set it right here. These are our taps, okay? One of these would be considered a drop. It would be from the point where it connects to the lateral to the tap. That's a drop. We installed all the drops last year. Now we're going back, as we do every year, we're replacing our taps. In order to do that, we cut these off, press on new taps, then we're gonna seat it. The idea is it's seated so that it doesn't have or lose any vacuum. Once we get all of our taps done, we're gonna need to turn the vacuum on and check the whole system for leaks. We will not be able to develop vacuum if these are not seated. So seating them gets us a little ahead of the game in the season by being able to find any kind of leaks in the vacuum or the lines that we have. All right, you may have just saw that. I just pushed on. I'll show it to you again here in a second. But I'm gonna seat this guy too. So I put it in, now it's seated. What I'm basically doing here, guys, is I'm taking the end of the line, I'm putting it into my clamp it down. I take the tap, which is right here, lick it, put it into the fitting on the tool, and I'm pressing them together. And there's two barbs. Now it's seated. Release. Always close your tool, set it down. It's done. That would be UPS man leaving. So once you've got it pressed on, we're just gonna seat it right back into the drop. Or it's a seat at the other end of the drop. So we're gonna take it, we're gonna seat it. Now this is done. Now you might have noticed I blew on it. So when I walk up to every single tap, I put it in my mouth, I blow, and I wanna make sure that I don't have any blockages. If I got a blockage in that drop, I gotta cut it out and put another drop in. So you can see right there, that lateral is done. I went all the way not the top, because it ends right up here. So I got that lateral done all the way down to where it meets the main line. We're gonna finish this one, but we have to go down a little bit to do that. Another reason you guys wanna shut your tools is that when you fall, and believe me, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna fall a lot. You don't wanna break the tool. These guys can be kind of expensive. Now you might be able to repair it, but it's not gonna work like it did, I can tell you that. I fall all the time, and I always make sure my tools are closed. Ooh, oh boy, oh boy. I'm gonna show you something here real quick. Check my boots out. See the bottom of those boots? These are made by Red Wing. It's not sponsored by Red Wing, although if they want to send me some boots, I'd gladly take them because I love them. I've got two pairs. One pair is drying, one pair I'm wearing. Every day I come out of the bush, especially when it's in the snow, and I will pretty much soak my boots all the way through. And then what I'll do is I'll put them on the dryer, pull the ones off the dryer, oil them, go back in the bush. All right. Whoa, buddy. Even these boots, you're gonna wind up on your bum if you're not careful. So we're heading over to these two trees here, going down to this one, going across to this one, down, 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 going over to the main line, hopping and going. That lateral over there again is done, so we don't have to worry about that. But we do gotta worry about these rocks. I keep my boots oiled all the time. And you might think, you know, I'll go with my hiking shoes in the woods. You can, but you're still gonna fall on your bum. When you get onto something that's almost vertical like where I am, the more aggressive the tread is, the more likely you are to stay upright. So I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and finish these up, head down. All right, our side-by-side's up there, about 100, 150 meters. We've already done this side over here. Now we've jumped over to this side, which is the south of the south line. You can see a couple drops are unhooked. This is the section we're going to work. This is probably some of the steepest sections on the farm. I know I've got 1 or 2 more sections like this, a little bit larger, but we've actually, this kind of heads down and it gets really steep right over there. So this whole section here, pretty steep, pretty steep. I can't hold a camera when I'm doing this. I'm gonna put the camera in my pocket and I'll pick you guys back up in a minute. I don't know, maybe I can hold the camera. Let's see. Alrighty. Oh boy. Okie dokie. Yeah, no. That's like rock climbing. Or not even like rock climbing. This is like, I'll kill myself. What is that? Alright, I made it. I made it to the tree. A lot of times, guys, I will do this sort of in batch work where I'll cut all 3, I'll put my taps on all 3, I'll seed all 3, and I'm heading on to the next tree. And the idea is I don't have to put my tool down to do something else. And as I'm doing this, I am checking my lines around each tree, looking for bites, squirrel bites, because they do exist. And or split lines. I've already found a couple where the squirrels just chewed them off completely. I put my hand around that tree, I feel it. I don't feel any bites. There we go. Now, turn around. Sometimes you have a couple right in the same area. Other times, you may have to walk, 50, 75 meters away. Oops, I didn't do that right. The goal for my day is typically 200 taps. If I can get 200 taps done a day, it'll only take me, I don't know, 20, 25 days to get done with my bush. Because I can't always hit that 200 mark. Some days I only get 100. Like today, I can tell you I'm probably not going to do 200 taps. If I get 100 done, I'm going to be stoked. Because I'm going to go to the house, have dinner, go milk the cow, and I'm probably going to be sore. I'm probably going to be pretty darn sore tonight. Put this thing over here. I want to make sure that I get my taps seated really well, because I don't want them coming out. I don't know, I shouldn't be grabbing that tree. So I want to make sure that I seat those taps really well so they don't come unseated between now and the time I can do my testing. Okie dokie, I'm gonna kill myself. One of the things I'll do, guys, is when I get to a point where I want to be, I kick my feet right into the side of the mountain. And that sort of stabilizes me a little bit so I don't fall down. Here we go. I secure my tool, put it up, seat it, and I'm looking that, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm looking that way. I know I'm gonna hit this one, but I'm heading that way, and the reason is I'm gonna walk this contour for the most part. I don't wanna walk up and down. That'll just hurt me worse than normal. All right, got it. Now, let me show you guys. Even though I got another one right there, let me see, oh sorry. Even though I got another tap right there, and more over there, if I walk up, and then I gotta walk down, then I gotta walk up and walk back down, that's a great exercise, but by the end of the day, I'm gonna be whipped. So what I do is I walk like this. So what I'm gonna do is walk like this. There's a tap down there. I'm walking the same line, look, all the way across. Now I'm basically level, okay? I hop up, then I walk that line all the way over, catch it, go up, catch, walk that line all the way across, going all the way back to the main line. That way, I'm not going up and down all the time. You guys hear a stupid dog barking? So I'm gonna continue heading that way, get the lines done over there. I got a couple things I gotta fix, I know about that already. And then I'm going over there. It's probably gonna take me a couple more hours. So let me get this all done. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you something kind of interesting here. I walked up to this drop and I wanna show you this. Do you see this? Do you see it? That's a bear bite. See that right there? Another bear bite, bear bite. He chomped on this one pretty good. He also chewed on the line. So that means we're gonna have to take this section out completely. We're gonna not use this anymore. It's gonna put a whole new drop in, and we're gonna make it right here on site. And that's gonna be not hard. It's not fun to do, but it's not hard. When we do our drops in years that we have to replace our drops, we do them, we make them up in the house. So Emily does that for me a lot of the times. We both work on them at night with the kids when we're doing right after dinner. And then, let me see if I can get that there. Here we go. So we work on the drops at night after dinner, and it's just kind of something fun for us to do as a family. Then I come up here and replace them. Now, if you guys can see that, we're gonna cut it. Cut. I don't need to mess with that right this second, so we're gonna set it back down. I've got my tubing down here that I've already got. It's all wrapped up. I gotta find the end of it. Once I get that, then I can begin the process of putting everything back together. Here we go. Yep, got it. So, remember I put some of these in my pocket? I'll show you what they are. And I got the right one. That's unusual. So, here we are. We've got a green, this is a seated, that's a seated tee, okay? And we're gonna put it up so that the seat is facing us. We're gonna lick both of those ends, and we're gonna stick it right in that hole there. And we're gonna push it on with the other side. And this is where it's really important that you grease your tools, because it's got to go on smooth. There we go. Now that was a little difficult. Popped it, we're good. All right, so that's gonna sit up where it needs to sit. Next thing we're gonna do, we got our one-handed tool. We could do this with a two-handed tool, but it's not the best idea. You hear my cows down there? I don't know what they're doing. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I might be able to get this. I can't do this left-handed very well. I am not a lefty. Here we go. I got it started. There. Pop it off. We're still gonna need the tool. Take our drop. Okay, so this is the other end of the drop. We're gonna put it on the tool like we're just gonna change out our taps. Hook it in. Take our tap. We lick the end of it and we stick it right on in. There we go. All right, good. Put our tool back in our pocket or wherever we're gonna hook it. This time it's going in my pocket. Put our two-handed tool, slide it around us. That's where it needs to be. Seat this guy. Now it's done. This one is trash. I'm just gonna put it in my pocket. And you guys, that's terrible. Stupid little bear. We're gonna keep going. I wanna see what direction we're headed. I got it, there they are. We're going that way. So we're first. Let me see. I don't wanna go up that way. Oh boy, I wanna fall. All right. So I'm gonna go up, hit that one, hit the one at the next tree, and then I'm going to my right. All right, one thing you won't wanna do, guys, is have your hands doing something else when you fall down, because it's gonna hurt. All this comes from experience. Okay, now we're at the next one, and we're gonna be heading that way in a minute, but we gotta get these done. Okay, I'm climbing out of here, guys. Oh boy. Let me show you what I did. Made it all the way down, made it all the way up. I didn't get all the way to the top, but there's another road right above us, maybe 100 meters, 150 meters up. Everything between where I am here and that road is done. Now, the road's pretty close right there, not far at all. That's done. Everything behind the side-by-side, that's done. Everything on both sides of the line, going down, done. Except one section right at the bottom. Well, and the reason I didn't do that was, you know, in case somebody wants to come out and learn a little bit about maple, it's better to do that sort of thing on a flat section than to make them walk up here, because they probably won't come back. So all in all, it's been a pretty good day. I want to say I got about 100 done, okay? Maybe 100, 125. That's a good day, especially given how steep it is. The steepness can wear you out. You get your steps in, that's for sure. Oh wow, I'm breathing hard, guys. It's about 4:30, and it's gonna be about an hour, maybe not quite an hour from now. It's gonna be pitch black outside. And I still need to put wood in the stove. I need to get the animals up. So sometimes my cows will sneak out and I gotta go get them back in. They're not terribly hard all the time, but sometimes they can be a little painful. I gotta get them back in. Then I need to feed some hay. Wally and Porter need some hay. What else we gotta do? We gotta milk tonight. Did I say I gotta put wood in the fire in the stove? I definitely gotta do that. Or we won't have any hot water in the morning or heat. That'd be tragic. So I'm gonna pick up where I left off tomorrow, and then work on, I'm not sure if I'm gonna head over in that direction there or work behind me. I got a bunch of trees down. I'm gonna have to cut those up, get them off the lines, check the main line to see if they're damaged, and then I can continue up on the top doing the taps, okay? So it's gonna be a good day tomorrow. It's gotten colder all day. Oh boy, is it chilly out here, guys. Oh, it's so beautiful though. Hey, you guys ever want to try our syrup? Go to milgatfarms.com. Love to share it with you. You know what? I'm gonna put a discount code in the description. So if you guys, as subscribers, want to enjoy our maple syrup at a discount, check it out. We'd love to share it with you. I know Tim Peterson loves it. So there's a few of you guys out there who are buying our syrup, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the guys who buy our syrup, but I'm grateful for you guys that watch our video. I really am. We are enjoying making them. We hope that you enjoy watching them. So consider giving us that thumbs up, guys. And until next time, God bless you. Now I gotta get my cold bum down off this mountain before it gets dark.